I see. Can I ask age? 16. And you? I understand if you don't want to keep talking to me, but I am 33. I want to make this post to address a very serious allegation being made against me. It's hard to believe it, but it has officially been over a year since I released Unlimited Cringe, the Chibinekodemyx story. What was supposed to be a fun video about a guy who wears dog collars to collect Dark Moon energy, crashed his mother's date dressed up as Joker from Persona 5, and of course being told to be quiet, ended up becoming a story about two friends that drifted apart until one of them crossed the line. This video is going to assume that you've seen that one, but in case you wanted to skip it for some reason, here are some of the key points. Chibi is a super cringy sex pest that snaked all his friends every chance that he's gotten for pity points from internet strangers. He is also absolutely obsessed with Japan. Unlimited Cringe came out on June 17th, 2023, which likely means I finished working on it between the 10th and the 14th. I say this because it would be a little while before we got any sort of content from the Chibster after that. JK LOL, because just 2 weeks later, on July 5th, a cosplayer named Moon River would leak her conversations with Chibi onto the Kiwi Farms. This was not the first time that some lady that Chibi had been messaging with went to the farms to talk about him, and if you saw the last part, you would be well aware of that. But this time, it's different, because Moon River actually went along with Chibi's degeneracy for a while. Don't believe me? Let's see some of the better ones, for lack of a better term. By the way, you're cool. Wanted to let you know that. Carry on. Why, thank you, haha. I think you are pretty gnarly yourself. Gnarly is not a word I hear often. Lamau, gnarly is a pretty gnarly word. That's a 90s word. And, yeah, doesn't mean I can't use it, shaking my head. Yeah, remember tubular? Or radical? You can call somebody cute in a non-sexual way, you know, Lamau, yeah. I mean, yes, but it's still a little bit sus. You sussy baka. Among Us. So, I literally never shut up about Ace Attorney. But I also love Kingdom Hearts. I love most Nintendo games like Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, Kirby. I'm an old soul to soul. I like the old style of 3D collectathon platforming I grew up on. That's pretty sick. I've also done a bunch of cosplays from that series too. Oh right? You cos too? Let me see what you got. Oh, so you're approaching me. I actually literally took a bunch of cosplays with me when I went to Japan earlier this year. I can't beat the shit out of you without getting closer. Yes, that was a JoJo reference. I'm literally dealing with somebody on Instagram that's trying to revive old drama that happened over a month ago that I'm trying to forget. You okay? I'm not. I hate having my mistakes shoved back in my face over and over again by other people. I'm just trying to move on and live my life, and instead, I have to have all these reminders from people about how I'm such a terrible person incapable of change. Have you considered changing your identity? Yeah, I have, but it wouldn't really do much good. All I'd be doing is hiding from people. I mean, hiding is still an option though, isn't it? I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't think it needs to come to that just yet. I would rather still be myself, but show people that even being myself, but I have the capability of being a better person than they think I can be. Anything else would just be dishonest. If you say so. Now, this is pretty cringy, but it's not that far off from the average Discord server level of cringe, and it was hardly near the nuclear meltdown peak Chibi levels that we've seen before. But remember, this was before these two started cybering together. I want you to know that I really had to sit down and think about whether or not I was going to include this because it's that cringy. But after a lot of thinking, I decided that I need to show it. Warning for all those watching after the premiere, skip to this timestamp if you can't listen to this anymore. You're hot. I like being praised, haha, you can keep them coming. Praise kink? Yes! I mean, cuddling is cute and all, but I also love being thrashed and fucked, lol. Fair. If I'm in the right mood, I can absolutely go fucking wild on someone. I'm not one of those big dick chads that have zero idea how to please someone or be intimate. Oh, really? That sounds promising. If it ever happens, you'll get to see and judge for yourself. Rather not spoil the surprise. Then they started talking really bad, and you're going to have to read it for yourself if you want to know what was discussed in there, because it was too much for me. Well, I mean, I read it anyways, but I wish I didn't. Fast forward to August 2023, and Chibi would once again try to get a job working in Japan. What kind of job, you may be asking? Well, even he didn't know. Hi guys, I'm currently looking at moving to Japan next year as soon as I wrap up my bachelor's game design degree. I'm trying to go through the JET program so I can make a decent living while being there. But the issue is, I may not be able to work close to any major cities such as Tokyo or Osaka if I don't end up going with JET. What is a good alternative alt company? Or non-alt recommendations are fine too, but I'm still working on N5 level Japanese. I'm specifically looking for something that pays at least 250,000 yen monthly and doesn't require high school level Japanese speaking skill. Any recommendations are appreciated. Things would then once again get quiet for a few months as the Chibi cycle ran its course. But then, Chibi made an announcement that he was on his way back to Japan. I am mere moments away from leaving my house and going to the airport. I'm extremely nervous and shaking, but I know I can do this. I've prepared for this for a long time, and this is going to be proved to myself that I can handle something like this by myself. I'm gonna be okay. I made it to check in for my Tokyo flight. I made really good time too. I'm so proud of myself. Next stop, Tokyo. See you there. Unfortunately, Chibi never streamed himself in Japan, robbing us of the content that was, in all honesty, our birthright. But he did announce to us that tragedy had struck him in the land of the rising sun, and he had suffered an injury. Well, it was a matter of time before shit went bad this trip. I tripped up some stairs outside of Hiroshima Castle and sustained a nasty bruise on my big toe. I've been limping around all day, and I'm in my hotel room right now with a bag of ice on it. I want to fucking cry. What a baby. Sadly, that was it for Chibi's solo Japan trip. There were no live streams and there were no vlogs for us to watch and nitpick. An unhappy Chibi would, however, post this onto his Facebook. I didn't get into Interact after applying. I don't know where I went wrong. It is seemingly easier to get into than JET, and they still turned me down. Now, I'm feeling a lot of doubt inside myself and wondering if I'm even able to do this at all. This scumbag, however, would post him disgracing the statue of the dog Hachiko while in Shibuya Square. But who is Hachiko, I'm sure a few of you may be wondering. Well, it all starts with a man named Hidesaburo Ueno. In the year 1872, just 6 years after the end of the US Civil War, Hidesaburo Ueno was born in Japan. As an adult, he would later graduate from the Tokyo Imperial University's Agricultural Department in 1895, later becoming an assistant professor at the same university in 1902, where he would eventually become the main professor 14 years later in 1916, and continued to teach on for years. But we're reaching the end of Mr. Ueno's story, because on November 10th, 1923, on a Japanese farm, a puppy named Hachiko the Akita was born, and in 1924, Mr. Ueno would adopt Hachiko. Every day, without fail, Hachiko would meet Mr. Ueno at Shibuya Station until Mr. Ueno died at work unexpectedly one day in 1925. For the next 9 years, until his death, Hachiko would return to that train station every day, waiting for his owner to arrive, something that would never happen. Hachiko's memory lives on in a bronze statue outside of Shibuya Station where he is a monument to both loyalty and faith. In short, Chibi is everything that Hachiko would have been against. Once back in America, Chibi would go back to pity posting on his Facebook. Remember that he doesn't feel bad for what he's done because he still continues to do everything today. Saturday night, home from work, and nowhere to go. I keep falling asleep and dreaming about what I did this year, and how badly it fucked up my life. I'm still holding on to so much anger and resentment at myself for allowing any of this to happen. I'm an absolute scumbag of a person, and every horrible thing that has happened because of my actions was 100% deserved. But that doesn't keep the pain of abandonment and isolation from hurting any worse than it has been, and any attempt I've made to make friends again has ended in banishment. To say I feel like a ghost would be putting it lightly. I hate myself, and I'll never forgive myself for what I've done. Then, out of nowhere, actually, to everyone's shock, Chibi announced that he actually got the job offer he wanted in Japan. Failed one interview, but succeeded in the next one. I got offered a job in Japan. Fast forwarding again to December 22nd, and Chibi started schizo posting onto his Facebook. Someone messaged me tonight, please. Any friend who is listening, I'm just very not okay. I can't handle this anymore. I've been hitting my limit. My emotional state is so unstable it feels like I will just explode at any moment. I'm afraid at the rate my mental state is headed, I'll be spending Christmas in a mental hospital. Before the year ended, Chibi would then write himself a super cringy letter that I'm unfortunately gonna have to read out loud to you. This is a letter to myself. Hey Adam, look, I'll be honest, you f***ed up this year, big time. Because of what you did, hundreds, if not thousands of people see you as a threat and a danger to what should be a safe space. And I know you know this. You beat yourself about it every day, and you constantly beg for sympathy from others. I'm going to tell you this once and only once. Stop it. Crying about this isn't going to make the problem go away, nor is anything going to change if you don't man up and do something about it. People give you good advice all the time, but yet you still insist on not giving a rat's ass about what they have to say. And instead, you're stuck in your endless cycle of, woe is me, I'm depressed, I keep losing friends, wah. Dude, you're a grown-ass man. Your life is circling the drain because you choose not to let go of old destructive habits. You choose not to make progress with your life. And you choose to make other people bear all your burdens because you act too cowardly and pathetic to bear them yourself. Yes, a lot has happened. No good will come from ruminating on this. But you have a golden opportunity in front of you, and you better not waste it. Take this remaining time in 2023 to plan out how you will make more positive changes for yourself in the next year. Stop trying to force friendships with people you burn bridges with. It will not work. You make the choices you did and you pay the consequences. This means start spending more time at the gym, learn a new skill, practice scripting if you say you're so bad at it. You say you want to work in the game industry, but what have you ever really done to prepare for that? I'm sorry if I'm coming off as harsh, but this needs to be said. You want to be a good person. You want people to like you. Okay, fine. But are people even going to want you around if you're so prone to emotional spirals every time someone doesn't message you? Or if you keep trying to go to extremes to fit in? No, you're going to make the same mistakes and be back in the same cycle you've been in for the last 15 years. You can still do good, I know you can, but please, for my sake, let the past go. Trying to cling on to bad memories will not help you heal. If people want to accept you back later, that's cool. Seize that opportunity. But only when you have made the changes in your life that you so desperately want, all you're doing right now is draining the people who do care about you, and dumping your problems on them is pushing them away further. Is that really what you want? I know it's not. The first step is not easy. You need to be willing to accept what happened and forgive yourself for it. And I know you hold a lot of pain and guilt inside you. It's okay to feel that. That means you genuinely want to do better. But if you don't forgive yourself, you're going to keep holding on to that guilt. and it will turn into resentment, anger, and self-hate. You already apologized to everybody, but you really need to apologize to yourself, and then build off that apology and become someone better. It's not too late, I still believe in you. We can do this together. Stay strong. Adam. Well, on Christmas Day, Chibi never ended up in a mental asylum like he was worried about, but he was featured on a Japanese TV show where they interview foreigners at the Tokyo International Airport, where Chibi made a fool of himself.
I came here before, earlier this year, and I want to actually possibly learn how to teach English. So I am here by myself. So this time I came alone just to see if I can kind of handle things on my own.
차크가開いてて You're super背中も見えてるかもしれない踏んだり蹴ったり
濃いじゃんそれね恥ずかしいね
That happens so much.
ありがとうございます Have a great day.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Then, a few days later, on December 29th, 2023, Null, the owner of the Kiwi Farms, would make fun of Chibi for it on his show, Mad at the Internet. Let's get some highlights in, shall we?
Chibi, Adam White, autistic Let's Player that everyone hates for some reason. I don't know his full story. He wanted to go to Japan. He now lives in Tokyo. In fact, as soon as he arrives in the airport, he is being interviewed by Tokyo news people about what it's like to be a whitey in Japan. Let's listen. I say, optimistically hoping that this video did not preload, will actually load from the Kiwi Farms in real time. He's so gross. He's so gross and autistic looking. You know what I mean? He just has that look where it's like I wouldn't want to sit next to this person because he probably smells. His fly is open. Oh my! And his butt crack is showing. Welcome to Japan. Come on, Whitey. We're taking in 350 immigrants this year, 350,000 immigrants this year. We need your best and brightest to sheer up our economy and birth rate. Oh, his fly is down and is showing his ass crack on television. Great job.
So, 2023 was over, and Chibi was ready to start the new year right this time. Unfortunately, it seemed that he got banned from another convention less than a week into 2024. Okay, this needs to stop. I was literally just talking to someone who happened to be an admin of a convention group, and they were apparently informed by someone that I am a registered sex offender. Are you f***ing kidding me? Look, yeah, I sent an unsolicited video to a few people in a not safe for work server last year when I thought I had consent. That was a very stupid mistake on my part. But I am in no way, nor have I ever been a registered sex offender. That is an extremely serious accusation to make with no proof. I'm tired of shit like this. It's one thing if it were actually true, but it's not. It's a downright rotten lie, and these lies can ruin people's lives. If you don't like me, you don't like me, that's cool, but lying and spreading untrue rumors with no evidence of fact is where I draw the line. Most people will think that they have some sort of self-control by not having that extra slice of pizza or sticking to a bedtime, but Chibi on the other hand thinks that he has self-control because he doesn't immediately ask a girl he just met all her contact info. I had another small victory tonight, and I was able to prove I had self-control. I attended my weekly Japanese language exchange group, and we had a Japanese woman attend the group for the first time. We were very casual in talking, and I tried to keep the conversation natural. What's more, I didn't immediately try to get her contact information when I did not know her very well yet. I feel like sometimes when I try to get people's contact information immediately when I don't really know them very well, it could be a put-off. Either way, it was an enjoyable time, and little by little, I feel like I am growing. Now, there's something different about Chibi when compared to other Lolcows of his stature. It's that how little third-party content is made on him. If you were to look up Tipster, Cyrax, Chris Chan, Daniel Larson, Cobes, and even that diaper guy Andrew Ditch on YouTube and hit sort by upload date, you would see things uploaded almost every day or at least every week. But Chibi is not like that. In the entirety of 2023, there were only 3 real videos made on him. The first being the story of Chibi, the world's saddest speedrunner by Magic Mush on February 20th, Unlimited Cringe, the Chibinekodemyx story by me on June 17th, and finally, the story of Chibi, A Life Worth Living by Smokey MCC on October 7th. One video at the beginning, middle, and end of the year, all synced up to the Chibi cycle, and while 2024 didn't have a Chibi video yet, on March 8th, the Cancer Man himself, Mr. Medicare, would stream Going Down Memory Lane, and Chibi would be shown.
So how can we honor his memory? So I reached out to a special someone, somebody who has already done a tribute video to the loss of another very powerful and well-loved creator. They were in the video game industry. And I said, could you please sing us a song from the heart so that we can remember this man and his work? I need something serious and emotional, something that chat can appreciate. And, begrudgingly, because this person has a lot going on. They're trying to join the JET program over in Japan. They're trying to start a career as an English speaker in a foreign country. But they took the time to sit down and sing us a song in remembrance of Akira. So, chat, I'd like you, with all due respect, to get your lighters out. All right, this is going to be super fucking emotional. Get your lighters out. Turn the lights off. Make sure it's dark. It's got to be dark for this. All right? We're sending our energy to him. It's a big old spirit bomb going right towards him. And it's going to be led by the vocals of none other than Chibinekodemyx. Here we go.
While his life may have been cut short, the legacy he left will still resonate with us for generations. And even though he was never with us when he spoke, it was clear that he was speaking not only to us, but directly to our hearts.
Jim would then watch some old Chibi clips, showing him to a new audience, but since we saw him in the last video, we're gonna skip it. Then, on April 5th, on the Kiwi Farms, a new Chibi message leak would come out where Chibi was talking to what I believe was 99% a catfish troll. I see. Can I ask age? 16, and you? I understand if you don't want to keep talking to me, but I am 33. Like I said earlier, I'm 99% sure that this was a troll, but because I'm not 100% sure, I'm gonna be redacting the names and any personal information. These leaks were filled with them sexually role-playing as persona characters and other nonsense, but it was also filled with never-before-seen Chibi pictures such as this one, and everything said by Chibi lined up on the timeline, so it was him on the other end. Chibi would then address this accusation over a month later on Facebook and post some of his side of the conversations. The leak had about 115 screenshots of their conversations, and Chibi, trying to disprove all of it, would only post like 5. I want to make this post to address a very serious accusation being made against me regarding a certain individual. It has come to my attention that a series of fraudulent screenshots have been circulating and claiming I exchanged sexual messages with someone who is 16. I am here to present my evidence and solid facts to fully debunk this allegation. Before I made this post, I gave this user a chance to clear the allegations and to come forward and admit the allegations were indeed false, and she has declined to answer. See screenshot 1. Therefore, in the interest of protecting myself, I will voluntarily speak on this matter myself. First, to debunk the matter of fraternizing with / exchanging sexual messages with a minor, according to the damning screenshots, this person was 16 and I knowingly associated with them. See screenshot 2. This is false evidence and is easily proven to be fake by looking at screenshot 3. As you can see, I was able to pull up the exact contents of this conversation from January 20th of this year, as well as pinpoint exactly the time the message was sent. This proves that the third screenshot is the original message, and the second screenshot is false evidence that had several messages edited to incriminate me. This is also what is known as entrapment. As the correct screenshot shows, this user was 22, and while I acknowledge was probably much younger than the people I should be fraternizing with, she was still an adult of at least 21 years of age according to her message. Next, I will address the claims I have been receiving that the sexual messages I sent were without consent and unsolicited. Once again, this claim is also easily overturned. Taking a look at screenshot 4 and 5, you will see that I am taking extra care of myself to make sure I am respecting this person's boundaries. It is then that they sent the following message: I give you full consent to do whatever you want. While this is broad, this is still explicit consent spoken directly from blank. I will also direct your attention to screenshot 6, where this person is seen inciting sexual conversation. While I unfortunately can no longer provide proof of this next part because the media was removed, blank had also sent me photos of herself in lingerie, and a few... Okay, no, I can't read this. I know that my previous track record has led most people to consider me an irredeemable sex pest, and I acknowledge those previous actions in my recent years. What I will not acknowledge, though, is having somebody willingly commit slander and entrapment. I highly encourage you to reconsider associating with this person, as, according to my friend G, their identity will remain anonymous. Blank has been known to exhibit this kind of behavior before. She is also an active member and participant of the Colossicon 21 Plus Facebook group as well. This is all I will say on the matter. Thank you for reading. If you want to read these messages for yourself, they're on Chibi's Kiwi Farms thread, page 694. Well, Null would actually talk about this on Mad at the Internet.
Oh my god. Oh, here we go. Chibi responds to the allegations of sexting the 16-year-old girl. Okay, let's read this. This is what I do, by the way, in case you're wondering. He says, I want to make this post to address a very serious allegation that has been made against me regarding a certain individual. And then he just immediately name drops her after she alleged that he was sexting her and she was underage. Recently, it has come to my attention that a series of fraudulent screenshots have been circulating and claiming that I was engaging in sexual messages with someone who was 16. I am here to present my evidence. And solid facts to fully debunk this allegation. Before I made this post, I gave this user a chance to clear these allegations and to come forward and admit these allegations were indeed false. And she has declined to answer. This is way too long. I know my previous track record has led most people to consider me an irredeemable sex pest, and I acknowledge those previous actions in recent years. So he's trying to say, yes, I did sex underage girls in the past. Yes, I am being accused of doing it again. No, this time it's totally fake. Thank you, Internet. What I will not acknowledge, though, is that having someone willingly commit slander and entrapment, you cannot be entrapped by a non-police party. I highly encourage you to reconsider associating with this person, as according to my friend G, has been known to exhibit this kind of behavior before. She was also an active member and participant of Colossicon 21 Facebook group as well. That's all I have to say on the matter. Cool, Chibi. Good luck with your polycule, bro.
Polycule? Oh yeah, Chibi tried to go full Nick Rekieta on us and joined a polycule, but was kicked out in less than a week.
Chibi has joined a polycule. I'm pretty sure these are all safe for work. So I don't know anything about Chibi. I just want to make fun of him. His name is Adam White. He's like one of those people that's like an old school Lolcow. Like this has like hundreds of pages of like over years. So he's like a small but dedicated following that make fun of him. He has joined this polycule. This is Angel Marie saying, I love my Thurkle from Josh, Alex, Adam, Austin, and Cody. So it's 6 guys and 1 hoe. Adam White says, I'm so grateful since that night to have met you all, and I feel like I have a new family. And then Cody says, love you, baby. So this is them chilling out. I honestly, I can't tell which of these are the women. I think right might be a woman. Middle is definitely a woman. But all of them f*** each other. I imagine the blue hair takes the most damage. I think that's Chibi on the left with like the weed hat. That also might be a woman in the background. Is this like 3 guys and 3 women? It's really hard to say. No, that might be I think it's a man. That's a really ugly guy in the far back. Dude, it's so hard. That might be a really ugly woman. On the left, I genuinely can't tell. Whatever the that is, that's hideous. And he's been removed by the way. Where's this? I thought this was the right thing.
Back to those messages though, we learned some new information that Chibi was offered a job in Japan but said no because it would have been in a small town and not a big city like he wanted. Chibi would then change his profile picture, and while I definitely like the shirt, it looks pretty bad on him. Then, on June 16th, aka Father's Day, Daddy Jim would show off Chibi once again, saying that he's a prime example of what happens when somebody doesn't have a father.
I'm talking about our boy, Chibinekodemyx.
Super backs.
Give me just a second. What?
You need to get off of it. 2 people now showed up. Passport pizza and Fred's. You need to shut this down. They see that you're on there. These kids see that you're on there, and they're pulling the same shit again.
Okay, so...
You see, is there any way you can contact Facebook and tell them to block this bullshit?
No, there isn't.
Well, there's gotta be. There's gotta be a way to get on, to call Google.
Listen, Chippy, we've got all these people calling me, telling you're showing your tallywhacker to girls on the internet. Now they're ordering us fucking pizzas. This poor fucking woman. Oh, this poor fucking woman.
Facebook something, email them, whatever, and tell them that they put your name and phone number on there and you need somehow to block it. We're gonna lose our phone number because of this. Because I asked them, I said, what number did they call from? And they said they called from this number. You need to get off for the night. Thank God Dad isn't here.
That might be the problem, miss. The problem might be that Dad isn't there. Maybe the common theme in a majority of these previous clips is that Dad is not there. And that's why your autistic son is who just constantly waddles into nonstop trouble is having pizzas delivered while he plays Mario Golf, or whatever this is.
Because now...
Even though Jim was slightly aware of Chibi's recent actions, he didn't know about Chibi getting kicked out of the polycule before briefly talking about his experience with Chibi.
God. Oh, God, he's always getting into shenanigans. Oh, God, I don't even know what he's currently up to. I think he went overseas through the JET program or something. He was going to be like a teacher, and that blew up in his face, of course. And now he's like in a polycule? Like, have we not seen that turn into disaster? He's like dating a group, like he's in a relationship with like a group of 12 people. Am I right on that? I don't really keep current on Chibi. I just wait for like the greatest hits to come out, and then I have a giggle watching them as they come out. Oh, what a life. God, I still remember first encountering him when he used to wear a dog collar and emo goth. And now he's in a polycule. Failed speedrunner, failed let's player, laughing stock of those communities, in a polycule. Dating smelly people. Smelly people. Somebody said he's trans, he's in a polycule. They dumped him? No, f*** off. They broke... You're kidding me. He's been rejected already? He was in the polycule for a week. He's been thrown out? How do you... Wow, I guess he really is a speedrunner. Congratulations. Chibinekodemyx takes the world record in getting thrown out of a polycule in just under 1 day, 3 hours, and 5 minutes. Round of applause. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. What website still tracks speedruns? We need to get Chibi entered. He'll be number 1 in that position. Fastest person thrown out of a polycule, Chibinekodemyx. And I'm like, come on down and accept your trophy. God. Brutally dumped by 12 people at one singular moment in time. Oh, I think his soul might implode. That's pretty great. Wow, he's still got it in him. Good for you, buddy. Good for you.
Then, fast forwarding to July 1st, Chibi would post one of the worst pictures that I've ever seen in my life. Seriously, you have no idea how much I tried to use this in the thumbnail. Finally, Chibi, the same man that took a picture of his cat on his lap while he was in nothing but boxers, had the audacity to say he hoped that people's pets attacked them if they set off fireworks on the 4th of July. To any pet owner setting off fireworks tonight, I hope your cat scratches you and your dog bites you. You're giving these poor animals anxiety. F*** you. Not everybody gets to celebrate the 4th of July, Chibi. You do. So, we know what the virgin Chibinekodemyx's view on the 4th of July is, but what about the Chad Big Al 2K6?
I'm just grilling and chilling on the 4th of July with my Blake's bandolier, and let's take a look at what I'm grilling exactly. There we go. I got my grandpa's, my late grandfather's Craftsman screwdriver handle spatula, and let's take a look under the hood. Oh, fuck yeah, baby. I got a smoker box filled with cherry wood. I got some Angus beef patties. And we are ready to go. Happy 4th, everybody. However you celebrate it. Oh, yeah, boom booms.
The boom booms. Oh, yeah.
That's much better.
At the end of the day, this is what I have to say about Chibi. He's an actual scumbag sex pest that will do something vile, post about how upset he is that he did it, and then do it again when he thinks that people forgot, despite knowing that everything he does is chronicled. The Chibinekodemyx, or as I should say, the Adam White story, isn't cringy and it's not funny anymore, it's disgusting and sad. Chibi is making between like 60 and 70k American a year in a condo paid off by his mom. And he was ready to throw it all away for a chance of LARPing as a Persona main character in Japan, and refused it when he would have to go to a small town. Which, by the way, Chibi, was the setting in Persona 4. Chibi is a window to see what happens to someone that refuses to grow up. It's okay to be an adult who likes anime and video games, and it's okay to have fun, but when you mentally peaked at 14 and refuse to grow up, the life of Chibi is what you have to look forward to. But that's just what I think. What about you? Comment down below and let me know. As always, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you soon. But wait, what's this? The Lolcow trading card game has just gotten a little more advanced. Not in its rules, but now adding in brand new lore for all your favorite cows and scribes. Including yours truly. Adentum is a robotic scribe that spends all his time documenting all the Lolcows of the digital and real world. Throughout many years of experience, this has prepared him for anything the Lolcows may throw his way. Adentum is also a battle-hardened warrior that has many machinations at his disposal. Since he is the robot overlord, Adentum can construct more robots to do his bidding. The scribes have a powerful ally in this master of machines. The Acronian War is approaching, and Adentum is waiting. If you're interested in getting in on the action, or even want to test your luck by donning one of the Sonichu medallion shirts, check out my affiliate link down below.